Today, we are diving deep into something that's, well, at the very heart of personal growth: self-confidence. We're going to look at two simple but incredibly powerful science-backed tools. I'm talking about affirmations and journaling, and how they're helping tons of people, literally rewire their minds for success and resilience.
Let me just ask you this. Do you ever have that nagging voice in your head? You know the one, that inner critic that second guesses everything you do, holding you back. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are so not alone. And look, this isn't just a vague feeling. We've got the numbers to prove it. A recent Savvy Selections report found that a massive 70% of people feel totally overwhelmed by how fast society is changing. And all that stress from the outside, it often turns inward. And that's what really fuels that inner critic.
But here's the good news. Here's the hopeful part. People aren't just, sitting back and taking it. There's a whole new wave of self-confidence on the rise, and it's being built with these amazing, easy-to-use mental health tools that help people get back in the driver's seat. And this is not some small niche trend either. Projections for 2025 are showing that a whopping 60% of young adults in the US, Canada, and the UK are going to be using tools like affirmations and journaling on the regular. People are looking for real, practical solutions, and guess what? They're finding them. So you might be wondering, are these things just a modern fad, another wellness trend? Not even close. To really get why they're so powerful, we have to look at how they mix this timeless, ancient wisdom with some really cool modern science. The idea of shaping your inner world, it's been around forever. We're talking ancient Stoics using reflective writing to get tougher. Then that evolved, right, into the 1920s with psychologists who were pioneers in affirmations. And that brings us all the way to today, where we actually understand the science of neuroplasticity, and hey, we've even got apps for it. This quote right here from the French psychologist Émile Coué, this is basically the granddaddy of modern affirmations. He had his patients repeat this simple line because he understood that saying positive things to yourself consistently could create actual, real change. The guy was totally ahead of his time. So here's the most important part. This isn't just wishful thinking, okay? It's biology. It's something called neuroplasticity. It's the proven science that your brain is not fixed. It's constantly changing and adapting based on what you think and what you do. So when you practice affirmations or you journal consistently, you are literally rewiring your brain to be more confident. And we can actually measure the results. Research from Savvy Selections projects that by 2025, a consistent practice is going to give you some real tangible boosts. We're talking a 10% increase in self-esteem from daily affirmations and a 15% drop in anxiety from journaling. These aren't just feelings, they're measurable outcomes. Okay, the science is cool, but let's get practical. How can you start using this stuff, like right now? We're about to open up your very own confidence-building toolkit with 5 simple steps you can start today. All right, here's the roadmap. It's a really powerful cycle where each step builds on the last. We'll kick things off with making your own affirmations, then move into gratitude and journaling prompts. After that, we'll talk community and wrap up with tracking your progress. Ready? Let's jump into step 1. First up, affirmations. Look, generic ones are fine, but personalized ones, they're way more powerful. Connect them directly to your goals. So instead of "I am successful," maybe try "I am totally capable of leading this project with confidence." And the time it takes? Just 30 seconds a day. Seriously. That's next up, gratitude journaling. Oh man, this is a total game changer for retraining where you put your focus. Just spend 5 minutes a day, okay? And write down 3 things you are genuinely grateful for. The latest research shows this simple little habit can slash negative self-talk by 12%. It literally shifts your brain from focusing on what's wrong to what's right. Now, if you're ever staring at a blank page and thinking, what do I even write? Use prompts. Instead of just writing about your day, ask yourself a targeted question. Here's a great one for building resilience. What's one challenge I overcame today? See? That reframes your struggles into wins and reminds you just how strong you are. Now, you can 100% do all this stuff on your own and build amazing self-awareness. But whatever you do, don't underestimate the power of finding your people. Recent survey data shows that sharing what you're learning with a trusted group can actually boost your motivation to keep going by an extra 15%. That's huge. And finally, you've got to make your progress visible. Get a calendar, use an app, whatever works, and just give yourself a little check mark every single day you do your practice. It's called the don't break the chain method. And trust me, once you see a streak of 5, 10, 20 days in a row, you get so motivated not to break it. So you do the work. You stick with these small daily habits. What's the real world result? What does the payoff actually look like when it all comes together? Hey, remember that first number I threw at you, the 70% of people feeling overwhelmed? Well, this is the flip side of that coin. After just 30 days of mixing these practices together, 70% of people report a real, noticeable improvement in their overall confidence. That is a life-changing shift, built just a few minutes at a time. Of course, there are going to be hurdles. I get it. If you're feeling a little skeptical, just remember the science. Remember neuroplasticity. If you think you've got no time, start with that 30-second micro habit. And hey, if journaling feels a little too vulnerable at first, that's totally fine. Just start private. The only key is to start. So let's just bring this all together. Because this isn't just about feeling a little bit better each day. This is about consciously, intentionally building the person that you want to be. I really want you to let this one sink in for a second. The future you, that person isn't created in some big, heroic moment down the road. They are forged in the quiet, consistent, intentional choices you make every single day. Every affirmation you say, every journal entry you write, it's a building block for your future. So as we wrap this up, you've got the science and you've got the toolkit. The only question left is the one right here on the screen. What's your first small, intentional step going to be toward building that unstoppable self-belief? Thank you for watching, and remember to hit that like button. And don't forget to follow us so you'll always be the first to know when we release new and exciting content. We'll see you in the next video.